Good morning. It is Rashida coming to you from Puerto Vallarta. Beautiful, sunny Puerto Vallarta. Vallarta. I'm hoping this microphone is working. Y'all let me know. You always know when I'm traveling, I'm using a different mic system, and sometimes it's A-OK. Sometimes I don't know what's happening. So give me a thumbs up or let me know if you can hear me. Good morning, Locating Cozy, Sunshine, who are members of my YouTube membership. Hey, friends. Stephanie, who I know from online, Stephanie Perry, Pilar Hermandau, who I also know, but that's questionable sometimes. Francis, Lydia, Kay Stewart, Miss Kelly. Can y'all hear me? Okay, Pilar says we can hear. Yes. Good morning. Very, very excited to be here with you guys. Good morning, Kimberly. Excited to be here with you guys today. Teresa's here from bed. I feel like I too should be in bed. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Polly. Good morning, Sarah. I should also be in bed, but I'm not in bed. And these are questions that I like. Why am I not in bed? Let me get a little more light. Yeah, okay. But we're here, and I'm, according to Jen, looking especially cute today. Is that glow? The internet in my hotel was out night before last, all the way into like early this morning, and so I didn't have anything to do but go sit outside on the beach. I'd planned on doing work while I was on this year vacation, and the internet was like, what if you just sat outside in the sun with your friends? So I did that instead. It was a very good time. I've got a long list of things I want to talk to you about today, which, if you're watching this for the first time, when I say I have a long list, what I mean is I'm about to be all over the place. Come on and take this ride with me. Come on and take this ride with me. It's going to be a little fun. We're going to be all over the place. Where we're going to end is talking about ExodUS Summit next year. I'm going to say some things Stephanie doesn't know about because I didn't tell her what I was talking about today. So what I say about ExodUS Summit 2024 is my version of ExodUS Summit 2024. And I have a vote sometimes, so some of it might happen. Let's talk about this. Sometimes I have a vote. Sometimes I don't. Just like sometimes she doesn't have a vote. We just do things. Okay, but first, I have to, this is my first time going live, really talking to anybody on any platform since the summit happened. I meant to go live on IG and I just didn't. I think I went live after the first full day of the summit on Instagram. And then I planned on doing it on the last day. But y'all ruined that. And I'm going to tell y'all how you ruined that in a minute. I wasn't planning on it, but it just hit my spirit. We don't talk about that. And so I haven't had a chance to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone who attended. Thank you to everyone who helped in some way, because I saw y'all holding us down in the comments. I saw y'all holding us down in the groups. I saw y'all being like, if you just wait a few minutes, they'll send you the information you need. I saw that. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank Stephanie for being my partner in crime for 4 years. We haven't actually had this business. We've done 4 summits, but we haven't actually had this business for a full 4 years because it doesn't take a year to plan the summit. So I think we figured out the other day that we're at like 3.5 years, maybe a little bit, about 3.5 years of being in business together. Y'all talking about these earrings. I wore these the last day of the summit. You didn't see them? If they're still available, I don't remember who made them, so I can't tell you anything right now about them, but I know it's written on the back of a thing right here. I'll drop a link in the description if I can find them and they're still available. I want to thank Stephanie for being an amazing business partner who is she's the idea engine. She's the idea engine of ExodUS Summit. And so I really want to say thank you to her for having the idea to begin with, and then every year coming up with themes and designs And then, because if it was just me, it would just be some woman on the microphone just talking at you. But she keeps it fly. She keeps it fly every year. She sends y'all emails. I don't even know what she's working on emails until I get an email in the inbox. And I'm like, always like, oh, this is good. This is a good email. No idea. I had no idea what was happening. Always listen. The information flow, all hers. I want to thank Francis for sticking around with us for 2 years through the chaos. Through the chaos. And then Amina, Raven, who's here right now, Clarice, and Nirel for thanking us, for helping us out over those days. You had no idea what they were doing. Like they were not, they were getting cussed out in the inbox. Cussed out in the inbox. People talking real crazy. That's usually when I take over. When someone starts talking crazy, I get in the inbox like, no, you don't talk to the staff like that. But this couldn't have happened without them. Stephanie and I did our first summit with just us, and literally we like it's the closest I've come to like my body giving out on me, like physically being like not like upset, like my for stress, my body's done that, but just like pure exhaustion. I think we worked like at least 16 to 20-hour days for the week before the summit and the week of the summit, nonstop, every day. So we're really, really grateful to have a woman who helped us behind the scenes this year because could not have done this without them. Spicy Introvert says her fur jacket was of the final evening worst number one look. Yes, I had to break it out a little cozy. Beyonce said cozy. I said, okay, I can do that. Cozy. These Erics. All right. Raven said y'all not doing coffee next year. I saw Miss Callie just brought that up. Raven said no coffee because she was in charge of coffee fully this year. I left her alone and said, you take coffee. You take coffee. And she was like, oh no, we're not doing that again. So ExodUS Summit 2024, y'all play too much. The summit was a really beautiful experience. I'm going to go live. This is not in order. I told you how I do things. I'm going to go live on my other channel, Rashida Doe, next on Tuesday. Give me a second. I think this might be it. Nope, that's not it. This is it. Let me get over there real quick. Why is that happening? That's not it. It isn't. It isn't. How weird. Let me share this. On Tuesday, let's close that. There we go. I am going to go live on this channel so you can ask me anything you want to know about summits. So go ahead. The link to this should be in the description of this video, but it might not be because I forget things all the time. Yes, it is. It's the first link in the description of this video. So if you are planning a summit and you have questions about how to do it, what to do, etc., come through, ask us, get your questions answered. See? Okay. I said ask us, but I really mean ask me. I can tell you what not to do. I can tell you that. Because, y'all were there. There were some tech issues at the summit. Y'all held us down. I appreciate it. The audience was really, the community was very generous with us this year in ways that they haven't been generous in the past. I think, honestly, we haven't talked about this, but this was a smaller group of our smallest group of attendees yet. And I think because most of you guys came from within the community, you know us, and your generosity of spirit wasn't only there, but we didn't just feel it, but the other women felt it as well. You were great as a community. You set great examples for other women. When they weren't being patient, you would be like, hey, they got you, right? Every year, someone has some kind of personal tech issue or some kind of like user thing where they can't get, y'all know, getting in isn't always the easiest thing. And they can't get in, and their immediate response is to come to the inbox and be like, y'all are scamming us. You just stole. Last year it was, you stole our money. I told a bunch of people to sign up, but I'm gonna tell them to come get a refund because there's nothing going on. And I'm like, hundreds of women are watching right now. You just can't get in. And instead of having us help you troubleshoot it, you went straight to scam. This year, only one person did that, but she was crazy. Only crazy. She was legit. I don't want to say crazy. That is derogative to people with actually mental health issues. She was just angry. She was angry. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I tell y'all people are crazy. Or like, she showed up with the wrong name, a different first name than the one she uses. No last name, a different first name, and a different email address, and was cussing me out because I couldn't find her ticket. No last name, different first name than the one she bought the ticket under, different email address than the one she bought the ticket under. Cussed, went off on me and Francis because we couldn't find her ticket. And then when I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, do you go by another name? And she was like, yes, this is my name. And I was like, I found her ticket. All you got to do is use this name and this email address to get in. Instead of being like, oh, my bad, she continued to go off on me. Absolutely not. Your access is revoked. Y'all play too much. Yeah, no, but like, the reason we only had one person, and I can tell this funny to me story of this happening, was because you guys told people in the comments what to do. You guys set great examples and you were leaders through our mini crisis. Because when I tell you, when that thing crashed, when that welcome session crashed, Stephanie and I were like, so will we go? Okay, we're gonna figure this out. But in that moment, we knew y'all needed Octavia. We knew we had to get y'all to Octavia, so we had to figure something out. But we had faith, without even talking about it, that when we pressed the end button in the welcome session, because we could see that there was something, the view count had dropped dramatically, and I couldn't get into Exodus Summit on my phone. When that happened, we were like, end it. And it, in the space between we are online, it crashed like a minute into us being live, maybe two. In the space of like us being online and the next 30-minute session, we were like, we're gonna figure this out and it's gonna be okay. The fact that the welcome session just disappeared is gonna be okay. Like, we will, if we get y'all to Octavia, we've done everything we need to do that night. Everything we've needed to do will be done if we can get y'all to Octavia. And y'all came through for Octavia. Who went to sleep when Octavia was talking? I was like, if I put my head on a pillow, I'm done. So I can't do that. So I couldn't get my full rest session. And because I didn't have Wi-Fi yesterday, I couldn't listen to it yesterday. But I was so close to being like, if I lay it down, I'm not gonna pick it back up. Woo! Abba went to sleep, Nina went to sleep, Nisha went to sleep. Octavia Rahim is the truth. Danielle had the best night of rest. Janae from The Luxury Vagabond, completely out. Octavia Rahim. That's what I'm telling y'all. If you have the All Access Pass, or if you upgrade to the All Access Pass, still a possibility, you get another session with Octavia Rahim. We met her and we had one session in mind. We walked into a meeting with her, asking her to do one session. We walked out of that meeting and was like, what if she does another session? Because we greedy. Let me tell you about Stephanie and me. If we like something, we want some more. We want some more. More of that, please. And the way for us to get some more was to get y'all some more. So we were like, Octavia, what if you did 2 sessions instead of 1? Please and thank you. From the first meeting. The first meeting we walked in with like 1 session in mind. We think it's gonna be the opening session, we're not sure. We talked to her and we're like, "Mm-mm, 1's not enough." Love it. Love her. So there's gonna be another session coming in November. Her voice is medicine. Yes, Nisha. Nina said she gotta watch her again. And Abba says she relaxed so quickly, so deeply, so quickly. Yes. Now I wasn't relaxed because I was in the back clickety clacking. At one point, Stephanie sent me a text and she was like, Octavia can see you. Because I was still at my desk and I hadn't turned my camera in Octavia in StreamYard, which we use, Octavia can see what we're doing if we don't turn our cameras off. And I was like, okay, get up, leave the computer, get up and go lay down. And then I'm laying down, but I can't close my eyes because that would have been it. I picked up my laptop and I was clickety clacking, like I want to be relaxed. But I got to make these clickety clacks real quick because our platform provider when he wakes up in the morning, because it's like 2 a.m. their time. When he wakes up in the morning, he needs to know that this ain't happening. This is not it. This is not it. Servant teacher Nikki says, this was my first Exodus Summit, and I'm now an Exodus Summit sister for life. Yay! Stephanie and I talked about that, about how this year, like every year, the women have really liked it. By the way, servant teacher Nikki, I think that was you. Thank you for joining the membership. We have fun. We meet up every Thursday. We didn't meet up this Thursday because I'm tired. But every Thursday we meet up and on Zoom, and you'll get a link through YouTube, usually on Thursday, for a bit evening meetup, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We get together, we talk on Zoom. Yeah. I said, let's just get them Octavia. We'll figure out the rest later. Let's figure it out later. Sharice is a gift. So it's funny, Roxanne, I've seen Roxanne post online about how she never uses her balcony. And she says, Octavia had me on my balcony. I never used, about to fall asleep during her session. I was so relaxed. That voice, that whisper voice, I'm like, whatever that is. Oh, Halisi and Krishan, who are using our platform to do their Move to Portugal Summit. And they talked to the founder. Girl, I got to hit you up and find out what he said, because everything he said to us was, well, what are y'all doing wrong? Well, what are y'all doing? I'm like, your platform crashed within a minute of our women hitting the site. What do you mean, what are we doing wrong? What do you mean? Cinderella, on Thursdays on Zoom, the people who are members of my YouTube membership, which you can join anytime you want, we get together on Zoom and just chat. We have a little kiki, maybe spill some tea. It's a good old time. Okay, so, okay, wait a minute now. Look at this win right here. Christine says, my hammock now hangs inside my apartment and dedicated caftan for all daily rest sessions. A dedicated caftan and a hammock, a full-time hammock. Congratulations. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Next on my list, I've decided, and I invite you to consider this too. It's definitely like this for me. It might be like this for you. I don't know. I never feel as like motivated and full of energy and ideas and life and vigor and vitality and like action. I don't feel as inspired to action ever in the year as I do immediately after Exodus Summit. Now, I also feel exhausted. But that's not a permanent feeling. Like the inspiration lasts longer than the exhaustion. So I have decided that the end of Exodus Summit is the beginning of my new year. My year starts in October. So my personal new year is now October. I'm setting, not yet, but this week. I've set a few. Setting goals for next year. I'm deciding what I am going to work on, what I'm not going to work on, what I'm going to let go, what I'm bringing with me into my new year. So that by the time January starts, I'm way ahead, way ahead. I've been working on these goals because, like, there's nothing in January makes me feel like this makes me feel, right? Like the summer makes me feel. So October is my personal new year. I'm telling you, in case you feel this way too, because some of y'all might not have heard all the sessions. I heard all the sessions. Now, I wasn't able. Stephanie can listen and implement. It's really interesting to see the two of us together when we're working on something because Stephanie is so in the moment. And I am so when we're hosting something, Stephanie sits into what is she supposed to be doing, supposed to be experiencing. And I'm in the what needs to happen. What has not happened, what needs to happen. I woke up one morning like there's one woman with a ticket boo-boo I need to fix. And then like I'm texting Stephanie. At some point she's like, it's 6:30. Like just get online. Like get online. You're supposed to be online right now. And I was like, yes, I'm right there. And so at some point Stephanie texted me and she was like, the lady, or no, she was, are we on FaceTime, I think? And she was like, the lady said you're supposed to be doing X, like one of the speakers, and you're not doing that. You're not here. You're trying. And I was like, I'm trying to make sure everybody has a good experience. But I didn't really get to like absorb all of the summits. I got to hear them so I could ask questions, etc. But I didn't get to really absorb it all. And so I'm hoping that that over the next few weeks, I will be absorbing it all. I hope you guys got a chance to absorb it all. Ooh, Britt Joy created a new Exodus planner to start a new year. Q4 is great for reflection. Yes. Yvette, membership Thursdays are not the same as Burnout to Bliss coachings. Membership Thursdays are no coaching. We don't do one. The YouTube membership does not involve any coaching at all. We are just hanging out. Sometimes I'm in charge. Sometimes I'm not in charge. Someone else is in charge. We just hang. It's the same woman. Every week we come together, we talk through life. Some of them are in the chat. Teresa's one of them. You'll see them. Glass half full says membership Thursdays are awesome. Yes. Now Kemi says my Black woman therapist was so happy for me when I told her about the summit. Yay. Yay. Okay. Lydia says I still haven't experienced more than 15 minutes of Octavia's session. What is it, honey? What's she drinking? Because it's the way her voice is like angel wings coming out. That's my new bestie. So I saw Sharice yesterday, and we were both in Dakar, Senegal at the same time in December, but we didn't get a chance to see each other just because the city's so big. We were never on the same side. It didn't work out. And I had my fan from Senegal in my purse, and she whipped out a fan that looks exactly the same. I said, "Oh, where'd you get that?" Because I figured it was Dakar. She said, "Octavia Rahim." I said, "Oh, that's not," because she did one of her programs earlier. I said, "That's not okay. Like, why are you in my face playing these games? Why, when Octavia is my friend, who does not, why are you in my face playing these games? Why would you bring your Octavia Rahim fan to come meet me? Why would you do that? Sharice, why would you? Yeah, I play too much. I'm short, but I can jump. Bop, bop, bop. I play too much. Okay, so yes, this is my new year. Let me go down the list because there's a list. I'm gonna stay focused or not. What is focus? What is focus? This is my new year. I welcome y'all to join me too. It's my new year. In January, I'm like, yeah, y'all out here making dreams and mood boards and stuff, but like, meh. But after a summit, I'm like, yes, yes, this is it. Mm. All right. Okay, so I yes, yes. Don't let me say that y'all be talking to Stephanie too much, because I don't want to get into that. We're just going to talk about Octavia right now. I tried not to hoard Stephanie because she's really a people person. She'd be out there trying to meet everybody. I have a flaw or two. It's okay. It's all right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. How do you join the Thursday Kiki Dawn? There's a link somewhere. If you go to my channel, there's a join button right there. Wait till after this is over. Do it now and come back real quick. You know, YouTube, if you already paid for anything on YouTube, YouTube got your card info right there. Just press the join button. You'll be in there in 35 seconds. Tamika, you're stealing the idea of being exclusive with friends or claiming friends exclusively or doing a new year in October. Let me know. Which idea are you stealing? Abba says Thursday memberships is serious exhale. I'm going to talk about you, Abba, next time I see you. But thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. So because it is my new year, I'm also focused on a couple things. One is I want to read more books. I feel like I've fallen out of love with reading because my attention span has gone to it is dissolving like that paper they put around straws when it gets wet. That's what's happening to my attention span. I don't know. So as part of his personal new year, I want to read more. And nothing holds me as accountable as saying I'm gonna do something right here. Because y'all gonna ask me questions about it later. So I picked a book. I'm reading it now. I'm gonna show y'all real quick what book I'm reading. I am reading this How to Do Nothing, Resisting the Attention Economy. And it's really good. Now I'm not that far into it because I was reading it on the beach yesterday. What happens when you read on the beach? But this is what I'm reading. And I am really, really, really enjoying it. Now, I also created, because I'm a silly rabbit. Let's see how to get there. Oh, so I linked below to my reading roster. She does reading roster. So if you want to read along with me, it's not a book club, but I will drop the links to what I'm reading in the Amazon Nookie thing below. This is not a book club. There is an Exodus Summit book club in the Facebook group. There may be more than one. I don't know. But this is just what I'm reading. I don't know about the book club. I don't think the book club has picked a book yet. And if you know what I've already said about my attention span, I'm going to read more than one book at a time. So whatever. Y'all see what's in my cart over there? Okay. Yes, that's a wig. Okay, but here is what I am reading next. Bump, 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 bump. And then I'm going to recommend for all of you guys because there's a timeliness issue here. Okay, so Haymarket Books. Some of you guys might already be familiar with them. Let me make sure I'm sharing this. Yes, Haymarket Books has a couple of books about Palestine and the history and everything you need to know, and they're free for right now. When I first heard they were going to be free, they were free. I heard they were going to be free for 4 days. Today is the 15th, and those are posted on the 11th. I don't know if they're still only going to be free for 4 days, but I would boogie over there and get them now. The link is also in the description of this video. This is next. I want to read this Light on Gaza. Now I put that in my Amazon thingy as what I'm reading next in my Amazon store, but I think it's $14.99 and it's 0.00 at Haymarkets for the digital copy. So if you are a digital copy reader, go ahead and buy this here. If you want the hard copy, I'm sure you can buy the hard copy at Haymarket as well. They've got a lot of books on Palestine. I trust them as a resource. I want to read these books. I want to say something about the genocide, but are like, there's no, it's such a big, heavy topic that I can't give it the respect it deserves in a few minutes. And not just I can't give it the respect it deserves, I feel like people are going out of their way to twist what people are saying right now into what it's not. Especially they're doing that to Black people because anti-Blackness is always going to come up, right? And so we're seeing Black people losing jobs at this point for speaking out on behalf of Palestine and for saying other things. And it's scary, but it's also like people are losing their lives, which is scarier, right? We're seeing people who are vocal online about issues that they're very knowledgeable about, like the Black liberation struggle, because they've been in it and their ancestors have been in it for years, being called everything but a child of God for not speaking out on behalf of one side of this conflict that they may be less knowledgeable in, right? Because the expectation is if you advocate for yourself, how dare you not advocate for me? Because as a Black person, I see that saddle on your back. Let me hop on a ride. Um, and so uh, I don't want to bring up Palestine without saying that, like, this is some horrific shit. It's truly some horrific shit. And horrors, hor- horrors have, horrors have come down on the heads of victims on both sides. Horrors, like unimaginable horrors have affected people on both sides. But for me, this is not a both sides issue. And you know what I'm saying. It's free Palestine forever, with the understanding that, like, I don't want innocent people to die anywhere, and that is horrific and not justified and terrible. It's still free every colonized human on earth. Okay, but I would like to know more, because what I understand is this all comes down to the British. It's always the British. It's always the British. Y'all know that throughout history, there they go. There they always with their finger in somebody's eye. Always the British. But like, I feel like there's the conversation, you're not allowed to have a conversation here these days with any nuance. And so I'd like to read a book that perhaps has some nuance, because what I'm seeing online is simply those people are terrible and our hands are clean. And I'm not a historian, but that's not it. That's not it. So I want to educate myself. I invite you to do it too. If you have a resource that you think has been really, really helpful to you, like of current events, because what happened to Twitter? Child, them taking, like, I've been watching Twitter's downfall, right? It's intentional downfall. But the way they have taken news headlines off of articles that are shared, so you only get the photo. What kind of world is it that a news article is shared and the headline isn't shared with it, just the photo? Just the photo? They don't want us to know nothing. They said, y'all learning too much. Y'all reading too much. What's going on? Okay, so Miss Callie says the History Channel has an unbiased video explaining the conflict. Miss Callie, if you can remember the name of it and drop that here or something close. Give us an approximation of a name of it. That'd be really appreciated. Any resources you have, please share them. Dawn, welcome to the membership. And I saw someone else. Book G's. Welcome. We're gonna have some fun on Thursday. All right. Yes, I want to know more, but I think we're in a very, very hard space to learn more factual information as opposed to biased, look at what those terrible people did to me stuff, which is not helpful at all. I'm not saying it's inaccurate, but they're bad and my hands are clean is it's a struggle. All right. How Britain Started the Arab-Israeli Conflict is the name of a documentary on the History Channel, according to Miss Callie. So we're gonna look this up. She says it's unbiased. Let me make myself a note right now. Boop, 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 boop. I'm typing because I will forget about this. Hopefully I can watch this down here. That is not how you spell conflict. Why is there an X? Because it's next to the C. Yeah, I'm not going to get US. You're not going to get unbiased info in the US media. Yeah, no, I don't expect that. I saw something the other day and they said, if you want to know which side is wrong in a war, and I think this really applies recently, more like I would say the last 40 years or so. If you want to know who's wrong in a war, look at who the US is supporting. And I was like, actually. Oh, she said it's on YouTube. Okay, thank you, Miss Callie. If you want to know who is wrong, look at who the US is supporting. I said, oh, not always. But 9 times out of 10, yes, that is, yeah, that's right. So part of my new year, reading more, I want to educate myself more about what's actually happening right now with sources that I can rely on. Because no. All right. Next up on the agenda, we're getting somewhere, but there's a bunch of like announcements and stuff first. Thanks for rocking with me. I love y'all. All right. Next up on the agenda is this article called Americans Are Flocking to Mexico City where rent is cheaper and life is more laid back. For locals, it's complicated. And the reason it's on our agenda is one of our good friends. What happens if I play a little bit? I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Oh, no, I think an ad's going to come up. And we don't want.
Join the CNBC Investing Club with Jim Cramer.
No, we're not going to do 13 seconds of a Jim Cramer ad. Let's stop sharing. Anyway, our good friend Adelia is in there. Adelia. Adelia. Some other familiar faces you might know might be in there, but Adelia's in there. Friend of the channel. And so I was half asleep this morning. I don't remember if I dropped that link in there, but I'm going to drop it in the comments right now if it's not in the description. Adelia. Yes. So watch that, especially if you're considering Mexico City or anywhere in Mexico as part of your Exodus plan. Watch it. If you're not subscribed to Adelia's channel, subscribe to Adelia's channel. Tell her you love her and she's the best. Yes. All right. I'm supposed to be talking about Twitter now. So once again, because we're going to ask you right now where you're getting your news from. Why would you take away the headline and only leave us with a photo? People who just post an article with no additional context, all you get now is a photo. Let me go over there and show y'all so y'all know I'm not. I don't know if it's like this on the computer, but it's definitely like this on the phone. I'm going to find something real quick. Of course, now is where I can't find it. But y'all know, you go over there. You got to like screenshot the articles now because otherwise. Okay. This one, Sherilyn Eiffel. Boop, boop, boop. She wrote, "Great win, congratulations, SGSC." But all it is a photo of people. It says vote in the front. There's no headline. It's just like the photo that goes with the article is the only thing they're showing. You want us to be dumb, huh? Because that's how you stay rich? You want us to stay dumb so you can stay rich? Because why else? If you were going to take away something, wouldn't it be the photo? And why do you need to take, if Twitter's been running for however many years, it feels like 20, but it's not 20, possibly 20 years, just fine. Why do you have to take away the headlines now? Why would you do that? Why taking away, like, I can tell that this is about, I can tell what this is about, but this is not even a, it's an article from the Met Museum. My thingy is weird because boop, 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 you can see the reflection of the beach out there. There's nothing. There's literally like no context at all about what this website is. Just a photo. Just a photo. It's just a photo. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Oh, Kemi, you went to the comment section? I never do that. The comment section is not my business. It's not. All right. I mentioned already that I'm going live on Tuesday, this Tuesday, about and ask me anything about summits. But I think I'm gonna start doing Tuesday lives, not every Tuesday. I think every other Tuesday lives over there. There's a new series coming over there, I think. A new series coming. We're gonna talk about this. I'm in Puerto Vallarta, Polly. Maybe I'll do a room tour for y'all in the membership. We are just about to get to the point of this video. Pero I remembered why I didn't do a room tour, because when I got here to the hotel, I was so like, I just want to lay down. I just want to lay down. When I was packing, when I was getting ready to go, I grabbed a suitcase that I had just traveled with for 3 weeks. I packed it, and then as I zipped it up to leave, I remember that a lot of suitcases have that like front flap. A lot of the soft-sided suitcases have a zipper in the front. When I got it back for my last trip, the zipper, the actual zip part of the zipper fell, was off. And so the front flap is half zipped closed, half zipped open, but there's no way to close it because there's no zip. Okay, so I realized this at the last minute. I grab a suitcase down, another suitcase, because my apartment's full of suitcases. If you've moved abroad, you know what I'm talking about. You just got suitcases. So I grab another suitcase, put it in. As I pack it and stand it up, I realize that it's constantly falling over. It's not, the way the wheels are doesn't support the weight well, so it always falls forward. So I'm like, okay, I gotta drag this. This is annoying, but whatever. I fly on. Now, normally I am soft pants, like I have these favorite linen pants that I travel with. This time I was like, no, I'm gonna be cute for this flight. I'm gonna be cute in this flight. I'm wearing this knit dress, never worn it before. It's long and it's not like bodycon tight, but it's tight enough all the way down that I'm doing like, the little steps. The little steps, I'm doing them little steps. Little steps, little steps, little steps. Okay. I'm the second person off the plane because first class, thank you. I'm good to go. I stop at the bathroom because I just know our luggage is gonna take forever coming out. It's a tiny airport, but like, what is the rush? I'm like, if I'm this early off the plane, I have time to get my luggage. I go to the bathroom, walk right around the corner. I see my suitcase. I'm walking with my little steps. I see my suitcase, but not only do I see my suitcase, I see my drawers, I see my bras, I see my shoes, I see my cosmetic bags, all on the conveyor belt. All on the conveyor belt. So my little steps are now like, they're a little faster. They're a little faster. I gotta go a little faster, a little faster. I'm taking these little steps. There's an employee, and she's trying to get her hands around everything, and she's trying to pull it off the conveyor belt. And I'm there, and I'm like helping her out. And the guy who was sitting beside me, I held his hand when we were flying because he was scared. He was like, yeah, you got some stuff in the back too. Because apparently my stuff had gone around. Because the suitcase that Adele and I went to Target the day we were leaving California after cleaning out my thingy because we needed one more suitcase. I brought it from California to here. I've never used it again. Use it on this trip, and the zipper busted wide open. Zipper busted wide open. Those are my drawers on the conveyor belt. And the lady's like going to the back, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go get the rest of your stuff." And she comes back with stuff like bad, like these are actually at this point, like my cosmetic bag and my skincare bag. She's coming with them in her hands. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta go get some more stuff." And I'm like, "There's some more back there?" She was like, "Yeah." After she comes back with a bag of shoes. I'm trying to get all my stuff in my bag and zipping it up. And she's like, and I'm also like looking for things. And the only things I can think of are the big bags. Like I can't lose my big bag of skincare because first of all, skin don't just happen, right? Like I got to do some things to make skin happen. And that's a lot of money in that bag. Like let's be real. Skincare ain't cheap. That's a lot of money in that bag. And so I was like, okay, so I'm checking the big things. There's my makeup, there's my thing. I count the bags of shoes I'm supposed to have because I don't travel with my shoes loose. I always travel with them in like shoe bags. I like them. So I'm doing that. And she's like, is there anything missing? And I'm like, I don't know. Because just yesterday, Stephanie was like, just throw some things in the bag, girl. Stop thinking about packing. Just throw some things in the bag. Just throw some things in the bag. And I was like, what? It doesn't really matter. Just throw some things in the bag. Do I have all my stuff? I have no idea. And if I didn't have all my stuff and stuff showed up, I was trying to get like a way like to exchange numbers with her, and she was like, just go file a claim, like if you want to. And I was like, there's nothing to claim. I don't know what's missing, right? And as far as I know, it's not your guys' fault. The zipper failed, as far as I know. But also, when my drawers are free balling on the conveyor belt, why we're not gonna stop it? We're just gonna let it, because she's like trying to move with it. It's moving and she's trying to pull, and I'm scurrying over with my fast step in my long dress, looking cute. Laura said she was embarrassed and mad. I was embarrassed and tired. Post Exodus Summit, all I can do was just be like, I was just like, it's whatever. She's like, is there anything missing? And I'm like, I don't know. And if anything was missing, what if a chance I would ever see it again? She was like, come back. If you think something's missing, come back. What if a pair of my shoes are in the back and they didn't make it out this time? I know I'm never gonna see them shoes again. Ever. And okay, I have packing cubes in my bag, but I didn't put the stuff in them because packing cubes frustrate me sometimes. I don't love and I thought about this before I left, and I wanted to say I don't love packing cubes because a lot of times all they do is make your luggage heavier because we try to pack in a space-saving way, which means we're trying to get so much in there. This time I was like, maybe I'll use the packing cubes on the way back, just throw stuff in there. I was so tired. I was like, just put stuff in the bag. And because I switched suitcases at the last minute, I was really just like, bop, bop, bop. The Uber's downstairs. I'm bopping things over to the other bag. I threw the packing cubes in, like maybe on the way back I'll have more stuff. I don't want to use the packing cubes because they're light. It doesn't really matter. It's not a lot of weight. I was way underweight anyway. Now my underwear wasn't, most of my underwear, some wasn't, but my underwear and socks, I always grabbed one cube and I put all those in there, but I'd thrown some more in the bag. And that's why I was looking at my drawers on the conveyor belt. Most of them were in a confined space. The only thing that I used them for was that. And then some of them I just grabbed in at the last minute and threw in. Yes, come back later. No, you are anything that I left behind in the airport was not gonna make its way to me. So I was like, at this point, it's whatever. What am I missing? I don't know. I don't I don't know. I don't know. So and y'all say this doesn't make a strong case for packing cubes. Yes. Yes. I don't know what brand the bag was. It was from Target. I don't think it was really like it's not like a popular brand. It was just a bag I could get. It was on sale that morning at Target because um never in my life, never in my travel life, never in my travel life have I ever had my stuff all over the conveyor belt. And I switched from Old Faithful because a lot they messed up Old Faithful. And the other one, I have another one that I really like, another bag I really like, but it is hard-sided. I thought it was gonna be heavy, and I thought I was close to my weight limit. My weight limit was 32 kilograms, 2 32-kilogram suitcases on this trip. The bag I brought was 23 kilograms. I could have used my heavier bag. I could have used my heavier hard-sided bag, and this wouldn't have happened, but I didn't. And now look. So, and this is why you listen. I'm gonna say the lady at the airport was a G, because she was like, "I'm going back. I'm getting stuff." She was trying to like even before I showed up, and she knew I needed like she saw that something was wrong. The Air Mexico lady was like, "Whoever's bag this is, I'm helping them out. Thank you, miss. Thank you." And thank you for the super chat. Who was that? I've just been talking. T. Thank you. And welcome to the membership, Maureen. Oh, so I was like, I have to fly back with this bag. And she was like, when you check in, before you check in, just get it wrapped in the cellophane. I was like, oh yeah, they do that. They do that. I can just wrap it in cellophane and then get rid of it when I get home. I could buy a new suitcase here, but buying a new suitcase in a tourist town is just a setup. It's probably gonna be crappy and $17,000. I can just get it wrapped in that plastic wrap that they do. They put it on the thingy and they spin it around. And it's always an immigrant from somewhere doing it. Always. Y'all smart. Smart. Y'all smart. Y'all know what you're doing. I see it now. I see the vision. I see the vision. Janae talking about get your Rimowa. The big ones, them got to be like $1,500 or more. Because I looked at the little one. I looked at the carry-on bags. And those little carry-on bags, I think some of them were like $1,200. So the big ones have to be thousands. Rimowa is not in my travel language at this point. My mom said, we have enough suitcases. We have so many. Mom has a whole suitcase room. Half of a guest room in my bedroom, my apartment, half the guest room is suitcases. I know multiple people who live in Mexico City who have suitcase rooms. So suitcases. Okay, so now y'all know what had happened. I was there like, I'm too tired to feel any other emotions. So yeah, look at my dress. Okay. I got my shoes, I got my cosmetics, all the clothes I can think of are here. I used 3 packing cubes, more like storage containers. I used 3 on the way down, I realized. One with like super casual clothes, like t-shirts and things. And then another one that was like swimsuits and stuff. Oh no, I got my skincare bag. I knew what bag that was in. My skincare, my makeup. I got all that stuff. I think I have everything. I cannot think of anything that I don't see. My electronics and my medicine and were in my carry-on bag, and my jewelry was in my purse. Okay. I got my cosmetics. We don't put. I would have been like, excuse me, miss, there's a red bag. It's a Longchamp. If you could go back there and find it. Thank you. No, I don't play. I know what I packed up. I was digging in my bag because she got some of the stuff back inside. So I'm digging around in there to make sure I have all. There's the hair care bag. There's the skincare bag. There's the miscellaneous lotions and things bag. She walked out with my makeup and I was like, thank you, miss, because no, I would not have been trying to buy makeup down here. Y'all ready to talk about ExodUS Summit 2024? Y'all ready? Kim said she's looking at flights at Puerto Vallarta from Texas, and there's no carry-on allowed on the flight. Only checked bags allowed. Is this normal from flying to Mexico? Not at all. You're probably looking at Volaris or Viva Aerobus or some other budget. I can't think of who would do that besides a budget carrier. That's not normal at all. That's somebody playing games with you, girl. As Alana said, she needs to wrap her Thai suitcase from now on. It's on its last leg. Girl, Thailand was, what, 4 years ago for you. This was my second time using the suitcase. Second time using the suitcase. And it played me like it played me. Played. I said, oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. I'll be all right. You know what? Y'all have asked me about these earrings so much. Let me see if I can tell you the maker. I know it's on the back of this. Oh, child, this Deepa Guri. Nope, it's written on the back of this, but my eyes are not doing it. Yes, the Adelia nails. My collection of cosmetics and skincare is carefully curated, multiple countries. Because I'm not buying them in Mexico because they cost too much and they don't have the colors I need them to have. A lot of times, sometimes they do, depends. But the breadth, if you want the breadth of products and colors, you're not gonna find it here because apparently Mexicans aren't darker than my hand. Apparently, according to the cosmetic companies. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find these. I know I got them at Nordstrom. I'm gonna find these for you guys right now, and then we're gonna talk about ExodUS. So, Gurnani is her last name, I guess. Okay, I don't see these exact ones, but I'm gonna drop a link to all the earrings that popped up. Bum, 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 bum. I think I got them at their half yearly sale. Okay, my earrings. You may be able to find them if you look somewhere else. These exact ones, I don't know. Okay, now I got to do this on camera with these nails. All right. Thank you guys for all of the really nice things you said about them, about the earrings. Oh, I should be making some money. Roxanne said because of me, she has a nice collection of Farm Rio items waiting for me in Delaware. In the summit, she was like, where'd you get that shirt from? And I was like, here's the link. Here's the link. And she got some stuff. Yay. I always have a nice collection waiting for me in Florida when I go there. When are you going to Delaware, Roxanne? We have to talk. Hi, Charles Detta. Hi. Exodus Summit 2024. What I want it to be about? What I want to talk about? Okay, so this is what's on my list. You know I need a list or I'll be boop, 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 boop. All right. Stephanie did a Instagram Live the other day about how to be a speaker at the next ExodUS Summit. And I want to get into that in a little more depth because what happens every year is women show up. Women whose names I've never seen before, without fail, every year. I have never seen you in my comments. I have never seen you in Stephanie's comments. I have never seen you in the ExodUS group. I have never seen you in any of the programs we run collectively or apart. And they show up like 2 days before the summit starts. Our first year, someone showed up while the summit was actually happening and was like, how can I be a speaker? And I'm gonna tell y'all, that's not the way. It's just not. It's not. If I've never seen your name before, I don't know what you talk about. And 2 days before the summit starts is not the time for me to research you and figure out if you would be a good speaker. because we already have a schedule. 2 days after the summit ends is also not the time to find out if it's not. So I want some of you guys, before people get excited about it, I want to talk about like how to be a speaker, how to approach this about being a speaker in a way that's not going to have me like, you see this shit? Did you see this? Now we're always open to a good pitch. Oh, could we, adding to the list, a good pitch. We're going to talk about that. So really what I want to talk to you about is what are you going to do between this year and next year? And this doesn't at all have to be about being a speaker, because not everybody wants that. But it's just the point I'm approaching first, because we're going to talk about that. All right, a good pitch. Stephanie going to talk about y'all. She going to coach y'all up on a good pitch. Because I'll just be like, nah, that's not it. And Stephanie will be like, oh, well, if we did, but now Abba says get your pitch deck together. It doesn't even have to be a pitch deck, but some people email us and they're like, I would like to speak at the summit, period. I got to Google you. I'm crying over this contract I'm reading right now, and I got to add to my to-do list next, Google this person who wants to speak. I'm trying to say this with love. You might not hear the love. You might not hear the love clearly, but there's love in my heart right now because I want y'all to be better. Because whether it's me or someone else, your pitch can't be, I would like to X. And your pitch helps if we already know you. If we know you, what you talk about, it's much easier to be like, yeah, she's legit. She's legit. Otherwise, it's like, what are they? Anyway, Amina says when I said, what do y'all want to talk about? She ran across the room like she's not in the Exodus Summit email box right now. I ran across the room to type over money and spirituality and of course bopping and slow travel. Girl, you could just text me. You got to run across the room to say nothing. Also, I'm gonna forget all of this stuff. So all of it. All right. If you want to be a speaker at Exodus Summit next year, think right now. So this is not necessarily about being a speaker, but we're going to talk about this. If you want to be a speaker at Exodus Summit 2024, what do you want to talk about? What is the thing that you think you are or could be qualified to talk to the audience about? If you've already identified it, put it in the comments. Let me know. Let me hear this, right? But if you don't know yet, or you're not sure, Eve says slow travel. Yes. Traveling with a husband and not killing him. Eve is an OG on that. Yes. Thank you. But what is the thing, right? So this is I'm talking about summit speakers, but I'm also talking about your development over the next year. So if there's a thing that you feel like this is my thing, can you lean into it, right? What is your craft? How can you lean into it? I will say this. Cassandra in the Exodus Summit group posted about her life in Puerto Vallarta and that she does voiceover work. And immediately women were like, can you talk about this in the summit? Can you talk about this in the summit? Can you talk about this in the summit? And there was no space for that really on the panel she was talking about. So we added a salon that had her doing it. But Cassandra has a craft that she is trained on and that she has studied for a while. And because she has a craft that she has trained on and studied for a while, even though I've never heard her voiceover work, and I don't know what the ins and outs of voiceover are, I was like, you are trained. If these women want to talk to you for an hour about voiceover work, you can do that, right? You can do that. What is your craft? What is the craft you're going to develop over the next year, right? Is there anything? Is there nothing? Is there nothing that you're like, I am craft, like, listen, if you are craftless by intention, be that, right? But if you are someone who is like, I am doing a thing, my question for you this year would be, how can you be better at that thing? I'm not asking how can you be the best in the thing, right? How can you be better at that thing? So that next year, when you're like, oh yeah, I do this, we're like, of course, naturally. Why wouldn't you talk about it? Why wouldn't you talk about it? Julie says, workshop on how to plan your exodus with aging parents in Salon 30 was so affirming. Oh, yay. Had no idea that was going on because I couldn't do the salons this year, baby. But listen, Stephanie and I, what you don't see, Stephanie and I are on camera from 6:30 a.m. our time to 6:30 p.m. our time. And then every day for hours afterwards, we're also working. We're also working. So that break, that hour break for the salon, I was like, nah, I can't. Mama's not gonna do it. Can't do it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So back to what we were talking about. What is the thing that you would want to share, right? And then how can you become better at it? And how can the Exodus Summit squad know that you do that, right? And there are a couple ways for that to happen. A lot of people take Stephanie's YouTube challenge. Doing what you do on YouTube is a good way to let other people know you do a thing, right? It's also when you're in the challenge, Stephanie knows you do a thing. People who are in my From Burnout to Bliss program, which I did not drop a link to in the description, but you can pretend it's from burnouttobliss.co. Janky of me not to do that. A couple of people in the program are speakers at this year's summit. From Burnout to Bliss is what I just wrote. Not together, not all the way. burnouttobliss.co. And the reason was I knew what they were doing because they're in the program. I talk to them at least once a month. I can see what they're doing. Like, oh, yes, she'd be a great person to talk about this because of this experience. I know what she's doing. Some women, especially last year, a number of women were in our Get Your Next 3 Clients challenge because we were looking for women who were doing work of some sort. And because that challenge is an Exodus Summit challenge, Stephanie and I do it. Because we both do it, we knew what these women's businesses were. So it was easy to be like, oh, hey, can you speak to this? We know what you do. Other women, we know what they do because we know their help. Listen, the requirements for being a speaker are all over the place, but we like helpful people. We like upfront and honest people, and we like people who are doing things for the betterment of like our community as opposed to like the singular benefit of themselves, unless we're like going to look for the person. And so we're not looking for anyone right now. Give us a while. Don't bitch to us now, please. It's sleep time. But we really want women who are part of the community. Now, not all the women are part of the community. Typically, if a woman's not part of the community, it's because we've been looking for someone who does a special thing. Like Dr. Bouquet. Y'all saw Dr. Bouquet. She came in, She killed it, right? Like her talk, we were looking for someone who gave a talk, who talked the talk, specifically a doctor who talked the talk about like generational curses and like breaking some of those bonds. And we hit the Googles and the IGs and found who we could find and loved and saw her and loved her and were like, she's the one, right? If there was someone in our community who we knew did that and we knew talked about it publicly, that probably would have been the first place we started. Now, the thing about why Dr. Bouquet has a heads up, and the same reason I mentioned Stephanie's challenge, is you can go to Dr. Bouquet's Instagram right now and tell she's an excellent speaker. And why is she an excellent speaker? Because she has honed the craft. I don't know what else she's done in her background. I do not know that woman. But she gets online and talks to an audience all the time, at least weekly, if not daily. I don't know what her frequency is. But she's speaking to her audience all the time. And so when it was like, oh, would she be a good speaker? We went to her IG and we're like, yes, here she is. She's smiling. She's charming. She talks her talk publicly all the time. Perfect. Like we know she's not someone who's going to get on stage and like hem and haw and not sure what she's going to talk about because she talks about it all the time in public, on camera. Done and done. Done and done. So if you want to be a speaker next year, what is your area of expertise? You don't have to be an expert. We're not looking for any necessarily like qualifications, unless it's like, where did we have psychologists come? We had a couple of psychologists, like Dr. Joy, because we were talking about relationships in really like important terms. Tori Prophet, when we talked about getting someone else to do it, right? Delegating in the home, a lot of that conversation was having difficult conversations in your home. We wanted someone who has some training in having difficult conversations there. Listen, I know what Tori does because she was in Get Your Next 3 Clients Challenge. If it wasn't for that, I would not know what Tori did. When we were like, we should have Tori. I don't remember which one of us said Tori, but one of us said Tori and the other one said yes. Yes, that's it. That's it. It's Tori. We know what she does. We've seen her speak to it because you speak about what you do and Get Your Next 3 Clients. Done and done. That's the one. So spend the next year working on your craft. Because whether you speak at Exodus Summit 2024 or not, you'll be a year more advanced in your craft. I mean, if this is something you're doing as a business, getting better at what you do is important, right? For all of us. Global Granny says Dr. Bouquet was the one for us. Yes. Aging as a foreigner. Interesting. Like a physical, an ND. I see you. All right. A good pitch. A couple different parts to it. The ones I really care about is telling me who you are. Make it short. I'm so sorry. Let's start there. If you write me a 2-page, if I'm getting big blocks of text from your thingy, I am not going to read it. I might skim it. Stephanie might read it. Stephanie's not going to read all of it either, though. I guarantee. Because let me tell you, the pitches always come in while we're already busy in the planning session. Pitches are coming in, and we're like, I don't want to read about what you did in 2nd grade. Sorry. Okay, so who you are, what you do, where you talk about it, why it matters to our audience. Alana says, make your pitch easy to read. Who you are, what you do, and where I can see what you do. Maybe that was the next point. And why you should be talking to our audience about it. Why it's relevant to our audience. Like I see a whole bunch of yes to beekeeping. I love Abba. If Abba showed up and was like, I would like to speak to Exodus Summit about beekeeping, immediately no. Immediately no. Immediately no. But if Abba showed up and she was like, I would like to speak to the Exodus Summit community about beekeeping as an entry point into a healthy retirement, I'd be like, tell me more, right? Tell me more. Because I know my audience cares about healthy retirements. Why does the audience care? The audience you want to get in front of. Why does the audience care? Abba can't just show up talking about, I want to talk about beekeeping. Abba already has a beekeeping business that she's hiding from herself. Hiding. A bee-related business. I'm not beekeeping business. A bee-related business she is hiding from herself. So if you hiding your bee-related business from yourself, you can't come talk to my audience about beekeeping. Girl, what? Girl, what you're not even living in your light. You're not even living in your light. Why would you come over here and try to step in this one? Abba is hiding. I can do this because she's part of the membership, so I know all her business. I know all of Abba's business, so I can say she is hiding her bee business from herself. And that's okay. But that doesn't mean that you get to come talk to my audience about beekeeping. Because what are you doing? What are you doing, sis? Right? I want to talk about beekeeping would be a no. I want to talk about the different ways honey can add 6 years to your life, or it can be a business that anyone can do anywhere, which I know cannot be true, right? But that stuff, make it relevant. See, this is why we hide from Rashida. Don't hide from me. Because, Kat, I know your business anyway. Once you enter my mental sphere, I know your business anyway. I'm picking up on it. I see you in the comments. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know your business. I know when you're not doing your business. Marjorie Darden says your written pitch should be similar to an elevator speech, short and to the point with a benefit to its audience. Yes. But this isn't just about how to be a speaker of the next Exodus Summit, because truly, who cares? This is about who you become in the next year. We gave y'all 19 sessions. I think, I don't know. I did the calendar. I don't know. 19 sessions this year. Which one is your focus for this week? Mine is Octavius. My focus for this week is Octavius. And so tell me in the comments, what's your focus for this week? Right? And how are you going to use that focus to catapult your life ahead? Tamika says Libria's. Libria gonna make me get on ChatGPT, and I haven't been on there yet. I've been avoiding it. I am not an early adopter at all. At all. Call me late to the party every time. But she might have me on ChatGPT. Does the speaker have to have a book published now? Unrelated, completely. If you have a book, we support it. You don't have a book. Did Abba disappear or did she just get quiet? Because where is she? She's not in the chat, letting me put her business in the streets. Abba, you here hiding from me again? I will let me text her real quick. If you don't respond, you about to get a text from me, Abba. This is what happens. This is why you should never let me get your number. Oh, she's here. No one dragged you, baby. And I was just using you as an example. I know we would never pitch about beekeeping, period. You know I love you. You know I do. But yeah, you are hiding that business from yourself. It's a great business. She's not doing it. Okay. Steps to Africa used some AI tool, alternative AI, to craft a cover letter. Jay is a ChatGPT junkie. Liberty and Tabitha doing one new thing a day. I've already started my one new thing a day list, and I did not pre-order the book, but it's on my list to pre-order. It's a hobby. Abba has a bee-related business that she is hiding from herself. And I'm going to say it again, that's fine if you just don't want to do the work. But if you're scared about what that would look like, I'm going to be on you. I'm going to be on you. Okay. Britt Joy says her focus of the week is the overworried work with Marissa and Angela Kanu. I knew their stories because they're in From Burnout to Bliss. So I knew where on their journey they are. You see that? They're both social workers. Child, let me tell you, all our speakers are different. And we love them all the same and differently. Marissa reached out to me and was like, what if we talked about, because we were like, this is what we want to talk. Can you guys talk about this? What we want to talk about? Like, what if we talked about something different? And this is like the week before the summit. And I legit rolled my eyes and was like, I can't. Like, I need you just to talk about what I asked you to talk about. And I was like, you didn't have a script, but you had an outline. Not even an outline. Y'all had a theme, and now y'all trying to go off theme after I already put you on the on the calendar. I said, okay, send me some bullet points. Her and Angela sent me 2 or 3 pages. 2 or 3 pages of bullet points, and they were so perfect. They were so perfect. I said it, Stephanie, and I was like, those are my babies. Look at this. Look at this. So the outline was so good. But it was like this and this and this and this. And I was like, you had me so worried when you were like, can we talk about something else? But like you came through. I think that was the last like moment of like, these speakers not gonna stress me out. These speakers not gonna stress me out. So good. They're both social workers. They got together with their social worker brains and was like, what if we boop, 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 boop. And it was perfect. Perfect. I knew they'd be good together. And they were. When she said, can we do this from a different angle? I was like, y'all not. I just, please give me some bullet points. Thank you. Bye. Blessings. We were blessed this year. All right. So next year, join a book club in ExodUS Summit. Tori started a book club already, and there may be more than one. I don't know. I haven't had internet in like 36 hours. What's happening? I don't know. I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. I checked and I had internet and I was like, all right, I can do this. I had a backup plan to go to a friend's place, but I was like, otherwise, I can do this in my hotel room. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Join a book club. Read a book. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Wherever you are in the world, find a local meetup group. Angela's talking about, I'm sorry, Anita, Global Granny, is talking about meeting up with Angela in Mexico City, and I'm not going to say anything about the meetups that have been happening in the city without me. All right. If you can't find an accountability group, or you're not an accountability group person, find a buddy. If you can't find a local meetup group, find an accountability buddy. Find a buddy. Find one person in the group. In one of the salons, there was someone that you liked. In one of the sessions, some of the comments, there was someone that you liked. Find them. Yes, the book club is in the Facebook group. No, I'm sorry. It's a different group. It's a different Facebook group. Tori's book club is the only one I know about. And it is posted about in the Facebook group, but it is its own Facebook group, but they've posted about it in the Exodus Summit Facebook group. So I can't share the information here because I wouldn't do that to somebody else's group, because not everybody here is an Exodus Summit member. And I don't know that you need to be an Exodus Summit member, but because I don't know the rules of the book club, but I'm not putting people's business in the streets any more than I usually do. And so within the Exodus Summit group, if you look for book clubs, you should find at least one post from Francis that says, put your book clubs here and there. I know Tori's group is posted there. And if there's another book club, it might be there too. I think Terry and Tori, Terry wanted to start, maybe it was a book club about finances. It was some kind of club about finances. I'm not sure if it was a book club. It might be. Terry Banks in the Facebook group. Oh. Eve is meeting up with some Exodus Summit sisters in Rwanda this week. Okay. Ooh, F Doctor says purpose partner. Yes, find you a purpose partner. That might be I might be stealing that from you, F Doctor. Find a purpose partner and get it done. All right. Another thing I want to talk about in the next year, how we get from where we are today to where we're going to be next year this time, is to use the group, right? Actually get into the group and find community in there. When I say use the group, I'm gonna spot you if you're a user. If you're a user, an actual I'm here to use people user, I'll find you. You won't be in the group for long. But if that's not what you're doing, if you're just like, I want to make a friend, I want to help someone with this information, I want, to do those things, welcome. ExodusSummit.com/community. You can find us on Facebook under groups as Exodus Summit. We welcome all Black women. You should have a photo, because otherwise, how do we know who you are? You should be living your life as a Black woman. Take that to mean whatever it means. Being related to Black people in some way, but not actually being a Black woman, does not qualify you to join our group. Thanks for playing. All right. Join my program from Brand to Bliss. If you want to move abroad, you want to take a career break, I do coaching monthly. I saw someone ask that and I forgot to answer. Monthly coaching, and from Burnout to Bliss, we get together. We have a Facebook group and we get together monthly to talk about just do coaching. We just do coaching once a month, but it's more like a group. I'm not calling it a therapy session because that wouldn't be right. It's a group love session is what I'll call it. All right. From burnouttobliss.co. That's it. It's a really cool group of ladies. It's why I know everybody's. If I know their business, it's probably because they're in for Burnout to Bliss. I don't forget things. When they come in here playing, I know what they're playing about. Oh, here it is. Dee needs a friend and travel partner for 2024. I'm ready to go. Dee, post about it in the group. Abba says, from Burnout to Bliss got me out of the US and into Mexico City. Watch your business. I'm going to know your business, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that business that I know to get you where you want to be. That's Stephanie says I'm a great coach. And I am. I am a good coach. I will coach you. If you show up to group coaching, I'm going to coach you to get where you want to go. I'm going to help you get where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, if you hiding from where you want to go, if you don't really mean it, I probably can't help you. But if you want to get somewhere, I'm going to get there. My Travel Goddess, it's 12 months of coaching, but it's technically 12 months of coaching. There are people in it right now who've been in it for a lot more than 12 months. At this point, I don't really kick people out. I let them leave when they want to, in case you need more than 12 months. But you are buying 12 months of coaching. So if at any point it gets too large, I reserve the right to cut people off after 12 months. I'm 4 years into this because From Burnout to Bliss existed before ExodUS Summit. So I'm at least 4 years into it, and I'm not kicked people out. Which reminds me of something I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Window. What are my options? Okay, this hates me. Give me a second. It hates me. No need to do this. I told you guys, join me on Tuesday. Oh, I grabbed my phone in the middle of the night, I guess, and I was, somehow I got to photos and my phone, my finger pressed QQ on accident, and this came up and I had to show it to you guys. Is it hard to see? Okay. Hey, Rashida, this is someone, this was, I took the screenshot on August 20th. I don't know when she wrote this. Is ExodUS an annual summit? That's a great question. This is our first one because this is before. It was September 20th. That's when I took the screenshot. I don't know exactly which message was sent. Okay, LOL. Don't know what's going to happen next year. September 2020. I said, I don't know. What's going to happen next? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And look at this. It's an annual summit. I guess it is. I guess it is. This is before this summit happened. This I took the screenshot September 20th, but no, September 14th. Let's take the screenshot September 14th. The summit happened September 22nd to 27th. You hear me? Hold on a second. Let me stop sharing real quick so I can. The summit, the first year, was September 22nd to 27th. Do you hear the lack of sleep there? Y'all hear that? The 22nd to the 27th, child. Almost didn't make it. Almost didn't make it. Another screenshot. Because I pressed QQ and this came up. Quick question. Popped up. I saw another one that was right beside it that I want to share with you guys. And that is this one. This one I took September 22nd. 4th is when I took this screenshot, but it had already been, because I have more of this, it had already been up for 23 hours. So this is something someone posted on September 23rd. The summit started on September 22nd. They posted this on September 23rd, 2020. The summit started September 22nd, 2020. This is when I knew something was going on. A day later, she posted this a day after the summit started. Started on a Monday, she posted this on a Tuesday. She was not planning on quitting before the summit. This is how I knew something was going on. And every year when you guys come and we ask you, tell us in the group what's going on. Tell us in the group your updates. This is what keeps us going. This is what keeps us going. Otherwise, no idea. Because y'all be out here doing things and living big lives and not telling us. You got to tell us. You got to tell us. 1, so we know things are happening. 2, so we can take the credit. We're not going to pretend that's not part of it. We want to take the credit, but we also don't know that you guys are out here living these fantastic lives if you don't tell us. So please tell us. Please tell us. Francis says from burnout to bliss, got her out in 2022 and she's still enjoying her break. I think she's in month 16 right now of her break. From burnout to bliss. That's CO. Come through. Coaching, community. There's a curriculum as well. It's where you should be. Any hoodle. Let me tell you what I don't want y'all to do. Let me tell y'all what I don't want you to do. And I mentioned it in the summit, and I want you to listen to me because I'm not joking around. Every year, we start marketing, organic marketing, some paid, a little bit of paid marketing, mostly organic marketing around the summit. And the minute we start talking about the upcoming summit, people are like, oh, I never watched any of the last summit, the replays. I never watched the replays. And people tell us all the time, like the day, it'll be the last day to watch, and someone's emailing us talking about, I can't get in. You know why it's the last day to watch? Because it's the first day of the summit. Or you know what I mean? Like we're in the middle of the current summit. Or we're prepping for it. It starts today or it starts tomorrow. And you waited until this moment, and you are now demanding customer service. And you're not wrong, because you had a year to watch. So you should be able to watch it for a year. But you not being able to get in with your password because you don't remember what it is, or the link didn't work for you, or you can't remember how to get in, is not my problem on the last day. I'm so sorry. Don't do that. I'm begging you. If you have the weekend pass, I don't know why we even call it a weekend pass anymore. We used to only give the replays for a couple of hours. Now you get the replays for a month. Well, not if you buy them post summit. If you bought it during the summit, you get it for a month. I think post summit, it might only be a few days. I think now it is 72 hours. If you buy the weekend pass now, it's 72 hours. The all access pass is still a year. Watch them now. Pick one every week. Watch one. Don't wait until next October talking about, why can't I access? Y'all not going to stress me out about the thing you had a year to watch. Please. I totally get it if it's October and you can't watch. October and you can't watch this year's. November, December, January, February, March. We're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing in that window anyway. Email us. We'll take care of it. You wait. Listen, people were emailing us the day before the 2023 summit to ask about why they were having a hard time accessing 2022. I don't know, and tech support is closed. Tech support is tech supporting this year's summit. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that it is not in your best interest to wait. Because in that moment, I might feel like you're wrong, even if you're not. Which does not sound like good business sense, but it is what it is. The 2023 summit, getting 3 keynote speakers, reading those contracts, negotiating those contracts with agents who negotiate professionally. I told on one of the agencies, I told their speaker, I told the speaker, like, let me tell you what that process was like. Because there's no way, listen, when I was doing the thing with Stephanie, she was like, there's no way these women know that's what they're putting you through. She's like, there's absolutely no way these speakers know this is what their agents are putting you through. And I'm like, but I'm going through it. I'm going through it. One of them, I was like, let's talk about this real quick. Now that you've done speaking. Real quick, let's talk about what happened with your agents. I can't do that and tech support. I can't. So this is my way of saying, you're not wrong, but what? I don't care. I know, you're not right. Don't wait until the last minute. You bought the sessions because you wanted to do something, right? Start doing the thing now. Now. Don't wait until October. People were literally like, y'all know how many sessions we had last year. The day before this summit started, 2 days before, a week before. A week is too. Can you extend the time? No. You didn't watch it in a year. What makes me think you're going to watch it if I extend it for a week or even another year? You haven't watched them. And I know there's a lot more of you out here, and you didn't email us. Thank you. Don't wait to take the action. You got the inspiration. This is my new year. I told you, this is my new year. I'm looking, I'm learning. I think I'm about to be in bed all day, ordering room service and do an ExodUS Summit. Watching, I'm about to get in bed after this and watch Octavia. I have bacon. Because they forgot to bring me the bacon with the rest of my breakfast. So they had to bring it about a minute before I went on camera. So I got bacon. I'm about to eat some bacon and climb in bed. Yes, 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 yes. I'm doing that. I'm about to listen to Octavia and rest. I have my plan. Octavia is my plan for the weekend. She's probably my plan next week too when I get home because I need to create a rest nest. I know. No, hold on, last extend my time. Every year, someone's like, can you extend? And every year, someone comes with a sob story. And it is, I am not one. Stephanie and I basically have a rule about sob stories, which is I don't want to hear it. And not because I don't care, but because it doesn't really matter, which is why I'll tell you the positive side of that for people. When we tell women, if you want to get a gifted ticket for ExodUS Summit, don't tell us why you need it, because we're not asking for you to put your pain on paper. We're not saying, tell me all the struggles you have. Don't write an essay about your struggles. Just tell me I can't afford a ticket. And if we have one, we'll give it to you. That's it. Right? Like, it's not my dog got hit by a car. No, no. The other side of that is if you come with your sob story, legitimate or not, I don't care. I'm not checking the veracity of any of the stuff. If you come and tell me why your year has been terrible and why you should get an extension, I have to then tell you that it doesn't matter, because one of the very, very obvious rules for Stephanie and I, if you've been watching us, is that we treat everybody the same. And if we're going to give you an extension, we're going to give everybody an extension. And so now you've come with your sob story, and I have to say, I am so sorry, Miss Ma'am, but there's no extensions, which doesn't make me feel good. You was never going to get that extension because we can't do it. It's not fair, right? For the people who paid for this amount. Weekend pass people do this all the time. I know you gave us a month, but I need another month. I'm not going to give you 2 months because the all access people paid for a year so they could have more than a month. So it's not fair to me to extend you for another month. And I'm not onesie twosie extending people for this. I don't think our system could do that. Who knows what our system can do? Because y'all saw it couldn't do what we needed it to do. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But we don't extend. So coming and telling us how terrible your life has been is truly unfair. Because you're doing that because you want us to say yes. And I can't say yes to this. And so now I have to be the bad guy saying, yes, you've told me this terrible story. But I can't say I can't say yes because I can't say yes to everybody. And we treat everyone, we have a set of rules, we treat everyone the same. There's no extending. So don't show up next year asking for extensions. Watch, I'm telling you, Stephanie told you, watch the videos now. Now, today, watch a video. Tomorrow, watch another video. If you got the all access, watch a video each week. If you have the weekend pass, watch a video a day and then go back through your favorites. Skip the ones you don't care about. There's got to be some videos you don't care about. Global Granny says buy an all access pass and be done with it. Baby, the all access pass people came back like, may I have another 3 days? You've had it for a year and you haven't watched it. What are 3 days gonna do? Like, let's be real with each other. Let's be real with each other. If you've had it for a year and you haven't watched it, you don't need 3 more days. You don't. Polly's watching Dr. Joy today. Dr. Joy got in there, man. Oh, okay, first, before I get out of here, some of you were very well intentioned when you shared the Exodus Summit links, the video links to the sessions in Exodus Summit groups. However, with or without knowing it, you were sharing links to a paid event with people who had not paid for the event. And with or without knowing it, those links ended up in parts of the internet that were outside of Exodus Summit. Outside of Exodus Summit, because people share the links. Now, your girl signed contracts that said the talks that were given were all going to be behind paywalls. So when you, with your good intentions, took a link from the summit and shared it in an Exodus Summit chat room, and someone in the chat room shared it externally outside of Exodus Summit, y'all making me, your girl, who I thought you cared about, y'all making me immediately in violation of my contracts. Immediately, those speakers could have been like, take my stuff down right now. And that wouldn't have just punished me and made me lose all the money I paid that speaker because I wouldn't get my money back. When they say take the talk down because you said it was going to be behind a paywall and it's not behind a paywall anymore, they could have immediately said, take it down. And there would have been no refund. And so y'all who have tickets would have been like, wait, I paid for a year of watching X and X isn't available anymore. And what would I be able to say besides, y'all played yourself? And now what do I do? And now what do I do? So I'm going to tell y'all, we are never going to be in a position to let that happen again. Never, never going to be in a position to let that happen again. But I see you. I got in those Exodus chats and I screenshot who was sharing them. And some of you, I know you meant well, but you were sharing paid for content with people who had not paid for it. And you did not think that through. And there was no way of you knowing the end result for us, which is still a risk. It's still a risk if any of those links are out. Well, no, because we deleted all them videos. Oh, here's Shauna saying, I was wondering why I was able to see some of this year's speakers. Yes, yes. Because people were trying to be helpful, I believe. I believe it was done in good intentions. But without asking, if you had asked us, can we share the links? We would have said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because they're required to be behind a paywall. We don't do things because we're selfish. We don't do things because we don't want more people to have this information. We do things because we're contractually obligated. And baby, y'all almost made me a liar. You almost made me a liar. And when I tell, the last day of a summit, we had been doing 12-hour days every day. After our 12-hour day on camera, we worked 3 extra hours. The entire team worked 2 to 3 extra hours that night to get those things somewhere where they couldn't be shared, to figure out. We had to pay for a whole new platform, do all kinds of other stuff that wasn't happening to begin with because the trust was broken. And I don't know if the trust was broken intentionally. I think I saw some people who posted. I know y'all meant well, but the end result was not good. Intention doesn't always matter. Intention does not always matter. Ask the question. The question is, can I share a link in this group? We would have said, no, baby, all those people ain't paying for tickets. And it's supposed to be behind a paywall, or I am in trouble, or the entire session can go away. If I have to take down sessions because someone gets mad, who? Y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me if I have to take down sessions because y'all shared. Impact over intention. Tammy just said it right there. Listen, Celeste, someone asked her, yeah, some of y'all knew. I saw people asking for links to the Zoom. Every year we say, check your email, make sure you're getting our emails. Every year we say, check your email, make sure you're getting emails from us. This is why. Because our first thing was, we will just email out the links. We'll just email out the links. It's going to be easy. Finish the system being down. This is business. I love y'all. But if I have to pay back this, or not pay back the speakers, but if I have to take the content down and they don't give me the money back, so I got nothing for a lot of money, and I get nothing in return, and now y'all mad at me because what you would paid for isn't there? What do? We just stare at each other? It's just a diddy stare at each other? Because I can't do nothing at this point. Now on YouTube, there's literally no way to disable. We tried to share, especially because we didn't think about people. Listen, when our welcome session went down, we were like, we need to get people to Octavia. We were like, give them the YouTube link. At no point was our brain like, oh, people would share this publicly. At no point did we think, oh, the people we email this to will share this with their homies. At no point. Because we were scrambling. We were like, how do we, in this second, get you our speaker? In this moment. There was no thought of, and then they're going to share it. So it wasn't until we saw that certain videos had tremendously higher views than other videos that we were like, there's a problem. And on the last day, I was like, Stephanie, this puts us in violation of our contracts. And before we get to sharing Tabitha's video, because we had just ended a session, I sent Stephanie a text and I was like, actually, let's talk about this for a minute. And we stayed on the session. We talked about this. And then we invited all our helpers back on and we were like, we need to fix this right now. I am asking you in the future, when you see a business doing something, if you support that business, support the business. Ask the questions before you do the thing that you think makes sense if it's not what they asked you to do. We say check your email because we need to get you emails. We know this. And if people don't check their emails and we're like, I didn't get the email, can you share the link with the reason you didn't get the email is because you never checked your emails 1,000 times. I said, check your email. Yes, Cassandra said, I believe the YouTube link emails asked us not to share it, the links. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, Stephanie's been here and she ain't said a word this whole. She said a hello. I don't think I've seen her the whole time. And now she's trying to Fiji this conversation. And by Fiji this conversation, I mean ignore all the other stuff and show up when the topic she wants to talk about is talking about. Kemi said, let's do this on a cruise ship. And here comes Stephanie. You said the magic words. I was like, what are the magic words? Stop sharing? No, the magic words were, let's do the conference on a cruise ship. She Fiji in this conversation, and we're not doing that. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yes, the emails say don't share the links because we know. The emails to the Zoom link said don't share this, and people did what? Asked for it, and people shared it. Oh, she got back from breakfast. Okay. I'm gonna talk about her, Fiji, in my conversation. I'm trying to go off on them, Stephanie, about sharing links, although the people here probably don't need the going off. Actually, I think I'm done. I'm done. Mm-mm. We're not cruising. Listen, y'all not gonna stress me out on a boat. Y'all can stress me out online, and I can go to my bed. I can go to my new rest nest that's gonna be set up for Exodus Summit 2024. On a boat? I'm gonna be like, where's the helicopter? Captain, get me off this ship. Get me off the ship. No, there's no collective sanction. The sanction actually happens to the speakers. Because one of our speakers hit me up and was like, I heard there were a lot of great comments on my YouTube. How can I see them? And I'm like, baby, we deleted those. I am so sorry. All the great communication that went back, the comments, the feedback, she wanted to address some of that. She wanted to have some talking points. She wanted things for the future. Baby, them's all deleted because the trust is gone. All deleted. So no, you better move over to ExodusSummit.com and see if there are any good comments over there, because all the ones on YouTube where the conversation was flowing, those are all gone. Because what y'all not gonna do is have somebody's agent holler at me like, I had heard. Deleted. I know some people were in the middle of watching something and it just went away. If you pressed a pause, I know it didn't play back for you after that. I'm so sorry. I never made it over to YouTube. Good. You were able to watch it on ExodusSummit.com. Good. I'm glad. Our view count is so funky. I don't know who watched what on YouTube, because we had YouTube views. We don't know if they're legitimate or if they're from people who actually were part of the summit. We don't know who was watching it over at Hey Summit or ExodusSummit.com, because everything was wild. This is my conversation about this year. We're not going to have this problem next year. There's no collective sanction. I know someone asked about, there's nothing at this point. It's fine. But one thing we're going to do is fix it. We're going to listen. Stephanie and I together are going to fix it. Yeah, Halana, all our videos are on Vimeo now. All of the 2023 videos are on Vimeo. Because it never dawned on us that people would be sharing the links. We're not doing that. Love y'all, we're not doing that. It's been a beautiful day. All right. So Stephanie is team cruise ship for 2020. Yeah, I play too much. Oh, Cassandra, welcome to Rashida's ExodUS Summit team, because this is me all day long. Who gonna pay for this? A logistic nightmare is all I see. Stephanie's like, but I get to have fun with my friends. And those are our personality types. And that's why we work so well together. Stephanie's like, this sounds like a great idea. And I'm like, you gonna read that contract with that cruise ship? Are you gonna be the one to do it? Do I have to pay for a speaker to be on a whole cruise the whole time? Do we have to get someone who's available? Now here come Halana talking about learning on a cruise is the move. Y'all playing about Michelle Obama? No. Michelle Obama is not going to tell you to leave the country. She's going to tell you what a beautiful country it is. You don't want to pay for that. You don't want to pay for that. You don't. She would be a lovely guest at a different event, not our event. And that's not Michelle Obama hate. I enjoy her immensely. But is she going to get on a recorded thing, a recorded session, and be like, yes, America ain't shit? She's not going to do that. She's not going to do that. Pre-recorded speaker sessions on a cruise. You see the work y'all are trying to make me do? Pre-recorded sessions? Baby. Y'all cute. Y'all cute. All right, so I see a lot of requests for cruises. Stephanie's making a list of names right now. People who are on her side. The ladies said they wanted to do I'm gonna hear this from her ladies. The ladies said in your comments they wanted to do a cruise. Y'all selling me out. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Have we talked about it? Really, what I want you to do, and part of what I want you to do, I think you guys did yesterday, and that I want you to do today, is make your plans so that next year you've taken action on the video. You've taken action on the things you want to take action on. Y'all really out here talking about do a poll about a cruise? This is not a democracy. Beloved. I told y'all, sometimes I don't even get a vote. Sometimes Stephanie doesn't get a vote. There are only two decision makers, and sometimes one of the two of them does not get a vote. It depends on what the subject is. We don't even ask the other person, we just do something. A poll about a cruise? Y'all play too much. Play too much. Out in the middle of nowhere with that terrible Wi-Fi a lot of cruises have. Any hoodle. Shauna hates me. I don't know why she does this. Make sure you're making action, right? Make sure you're making some action towards your goals. Make sure that if you bought a ticket to ExodUS Summit, you don't waste your money. I like money. I like it when you give me money. I don't like it when you give me money for something you're not going to do. Like, what? I hate you wasting your money more than I like you giving me money. Does that make sense? I hate you wasting your money. And so if you don't do it, you've wasted your money. Now you're not gonna get that money back, dog. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're not gonna get that money back because you had the opportunity to do it and you just chose not to. You spent the money on tickets. You spent, y'all really in here serious about this cruise. We not, listen, change the topic. If it happens, it happens. Change the topic. We got to listen. We're talking about something else. Use the videos you paid for, the access you paid for. If you have the all access pass, you paid for a month. Nope, you paid for a year. If you have the weekend pass, you paid for a month. You can still upgrade to the all access pass if you have the weekend pass, and you get to hear Octavia Rahim live in November. But don't show up every year like weekend pass people do, talking about, can you extend just for me? Nobody has to know. Because that's not a thing. It's a legit, like, I don't think our system can extend just for one person. I think we'd have to extend for everybody, which would not be fair to the all access pass people. So we give you a date and we mean it. A date and we mean it. Right? It's the cutoff. Watch the videos. Watch the videos. Do it. Take action. Make a plan. What is the video you're going to watch this week? Okay, the last people commented. If you've commented in this video, tell me the next 2 videos you're going to take action on that you watch in Exodus Summit 2023. The next 2 videos. Yeah, Brittany, you can only buy 1 year at a time. That's how we sell them, 1 year at a time. So Brittany Joy, is it only possible to purchase this year and last? You can buy 2021 as well, but I can't tell you how. Maybe at ExodusHomecoming.com. Let's find out together. Nope. It all says go to Exodus Summit 2023. There's probably a way to get Exodus 2021 replays, although I don't think they're on sale right now. They'll probably be on sale again in the future. Exodus 2020, we've got to do some work to get that back on the market again. So we will, in the future, maybe a few months, 2020 will be available again. But I don't know. But yes, 2022 and 2023 are what's available today. I thought 2021 was, but I don't see it. Octavia and Decluttering. Coach Tish. Coach Tish lit a fire under you. She started, and I was like, how dare she come with all this fire on a day when I'm presenting? Who do you think you are to start us with this heat? And I got to come on later on the day after you. Why would you show up and show out the way you did when I know when the afternoon comes, I'm not going to have this energy to give you all of this? Very inconsiderate, Miss Ma'am. Coach Natisha Willis, you heard me. Very inconsiderate of you to show up with all of this. All of you selfish. I got to go on today. I'm not going to have this in the afternoon. I'm not an afternoon person, and both my sessions were in the afternoon. I'm not going to have this energy. And here you come, kicking it into high gear. Rude. But if you would like some energy, watch Coach Tish. She wasn't rude to you. She was just rude to me. All right, let's see. You're talking about Italy for a meetup? Who planning that? Okay, so Glamazini is watching one video a week starting today. So Octavia, I'm also watching Octavia after this. I think Octavia's gonna be my video next week too, because I got to get home. I'm a rest nest in this hotel bed. I'm a rest nest when I get home. And in November, did we tell you the date? I don't think we told you the date. Let me tell you the date. In November, maybe I don't know the date. I might not know the date. Because I'm looking at October, that's why. Maybe I don't know the date. Did I take off? Nope. Tentatively. Don't tell Stephanie I said this. You gotta whisper. Don't tell Stephanie I said this. But maybe October 10th for the second session with Octavia Rain. Maybe October 10th. October 10th. 10th. Maybe. No, November. Maybe November 10th. Maybe November 10th. Don't tell Stephanie. Listen. Octavia, Rachel, and Libria's videos. Yes. Make a video, make progress. Work, figure out what you want. If you could be a speaker, what you'd want to speak about. And not because I want all of you guys to be, I can't have that many speakers. Y'all not gonna kill me with a week-long summit again. But because it's a good way to think about, like, what is the craft you want to develop over the next year? What is it? Cassandra's is voiceover work. We talked about that earlier, right? But she didn't become a voiceover artist by seeing that someone did voiceover work and then doing it a couple hours later. Like, she's an actress. She studied. She has equipment. She does things, right? Like, how will you dedicate yourself to being better at something? And that thing can be resting. Listen, if the thing you want to get better at over the next year is resting, do that. Ooh, that reminds me, in the Facebook group last week, someday, I asked, I don't know the weeks anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't know. This is Saturday. Okay, so this week sometime. It's truly a blur. I was like, wait, happened? What? So this week sometime, I asked women to write down, share something about themselves or business, whatever. And one woman in there was a sleep coach who helps women fall asleep naturally. And I'm like, you gonna have some clients, baby. So if you're in Exodus Summit, go look her up. Because if you're not sleeping and Octavia helps you rest, but you still need some help sleeping, I would head in that direction and check out what she's doing. Sleeping? A lot of us could use some help with that. Liberty and Octavia. Overworried, underpaid. Coach Tish, taking action on Coach Tish's stuff. Raven, I'm right here, and this is how you betrayed me. The rest of y'all can watch Coach Tish, but Coach Tish, Raven knows both in person, Tish and I, and this is what she does. It's not a choice. It's not choosing between me and Tish. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that Raven should at least pretend like she was gonna watch my stuff. Didn't even. Oh, yay! Just passing through, applied for withdrawal of some of her pension to make sure I'm alive to get old enough to access the rest. Yes, from my talk. Yes, ways to finance your career break. Where's that money gonna come from? Yes, I love it. Just passing through gets an A+. Raven Michelle gets something minus. All right, let's see that. Yes. Ooh, that safety one with Lisa James. Was Lisa not preaching? Was she not at the altar? talking to us all. Mm, mm-mm. Whose voice is this? Getting over imposter syndrome. Coach Tish was loudly stomping on my boots. I gotta get the steel toe boots to watch again. I told y'all she was in there. Why are you? Oh, I talked about Americans showing up with 2 shiny nickels? Yes, ready to ball out? I'm not joking. Where can I live really comfortably for $400 a month? What does comfort mean to you? Because you're moving, like, depending on where you are, a couple hundred miles south from where you live right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly where you live, but where can I live luxuriously for $600 a month? Perhaps you should stop moving those, stop watching whatever you're watching. Yes. Okay, Stephanie knows the time of the day. Could not figure it out. Nope. Octavia Rahim's second session is November 10th at 6:30 p.m. Ooh, Cassandra retired a month after Exodus Summit 2022, then moved on to my dream job. Okay. The money summit was everything. Exodus Summit 2022 was everything. I'm gonna say that again. It was everything. Yes. This is a really good combination. Dr. Bouquet was all fire and elegance. Yes. It's like she's fiery, but also like jazzy. I don't know how to explain it. I'm a fan. The second session will have replays. Yes. And we'll probably put them up where the replays are now at exodussummit.com. Yes. Abba, you'll be all right, girl. We gonna have listen. You watch the replays. I got my mic from Amazon. Should I link it for y'all? Should I link it? It is. I really do love this. It's of all the things I travel with, this is one of my favorite things to travel with. Let's see. Let me find it for you. It's my nope, it's not in my travel electronics list. It's in my camera equipment list. Let me drop a link. Copy link. That make you jump through so many hoops to do this. My video equipment. But yeah, I don't. If it plugs into my phone and it has the Apple converter and the USB-C converter, so I think it plugs into all phones. Plugs into my computer. I don't. If I'm getting on a plane, I'm taking that. Like that's coming with me. Because when I don't have it, y'all be complaining. Your sound's not good. It sounds. So I don't like complaints. I did something about it. Yes, you will be able to see Octavia's session after that. Okay, let's see. Yes, Shauna says she's the 2 shiny nickels type of expat. You can have 2 shiny nickels, but you can't be surprised by what 2 shiny nickels gets you. If all you show up into any country with is 2 shiny nickels, expect to get about 3 shiny nickels worth of service and products, right? That's all you're getting. You're not getting much more than that. Yes, Tabitha has that cookbook. I'm not excited about it because I need the meats, but I feel like I should try some vegan stuff to have less heavy meat days, but I'm truly about to eat a plate of bacon when this is over. So I am who I am. I never check my electronic equipment. which is why it's the entire microphone is this big. My sound's going to get funny when I open this. There's a receiver that's hooked into my computer right now. There's this, and there's another one of this. Excuse the funny sound. You open it. There's one more of these. So there's two of these. You can talk to two people. But I can't tell which side I'm on. Talk to two people, and then you can like clip it onto your clothes. And then there's the little thingy for the iPhone. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, this is and this is a little clip. Never mind. But that's all it is. So I don't have to check it. And whenever I have a corded mic, I don't treat things awfully well. So when I have a corded mic, the cord doesn't last that long. It always sounds like after like 3 uses. So do that. All right, friends. I did share the affiliate link, Goshan, the one I shared. Again, let me share my camera equipment, camera stuff, this equipment I'm not doing device. All right. Share it there. I will also share it in the description. But I think we've done it, right? We've covered it for today. I think we have. And so with that, oh, yay. Okay. Thanks, Cassandra. With that, I think we've done it. I will talk to you guys on the flippity flop. You guys ready for that? Ready for the next time? The next time, oh, you know what? I forgot to save my description. So you might not have seen the links I told you were there. They might not have been there, but they are there in the description. The links are there now. So my bad. My bad. So if I said there was a link in the description and you didn't see it, sorry. They're there now. They're there now. All right. Hit the like button, and I will see you guys Tuesday on the other channel where I talk about any questions you have. If you want to do summit, any questions you have, ready to answer any questions. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about the behind the scenes stuff. I'll talk to you guys. It'll be 7 p.m. I think. I should be saying stuff, y'all. Rock with me. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Thank you guys for being here. I am in Puerto Vallarta. Where I am in Puerto Vallarta, we figured out. Okay, so you know when resorts come, frequently they like take over a part. It's either they take over parts of town that were just empty and nothing was there, or they like. But how frequently are parts of land empty and nothing's there, or they pick a particular part of town and drive people out? We're beginning to suspect that they picked a part of town that had a better weather pattern, because the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the downtown was flooded the other day, rivers. Everybody was like, people were getting washed away from the power of the water. It wasn't even raining over here. Wasn't even raining at the resort. And it was like, downtown was like unusable. So I don't know. Says, what about co-working? I don't see myself waking up at 6 to make it happen. Well, 6:30 to make co-working happen on Tuesday. So I don't think we're going to be co-working this week. We will do our YouTube meetup, but I usually do co-working on my other channel in the mornings. I don't think we're going to do it this week. I think I'm going to give myself another week off. I feel like Dr. Bouquet would approve. That's my new excuse for everything. I would pick a speaker and be like, this is what she would tell me to do. Rachel would tell me to take the time off. Rachel Cargill was to take that time off. Oh, Rachel Cargill has a retreat coming up. I'm going to share that information in the ExodUS group for the end of the day. AKH, I see you talking about voting on ExodUS Summit 2025. Y'all play too much. Enjoy your day. I will talk to you guys later. Lots of love. I'm about to go have my rest nest. Bye, y'all.